What's what's good with y'all, man? What's good with y'all? Well, it's a new month. It's a Saturday. It's our weekly outlook. Like a nigga fired up, a nigga too fired up, man. Like, what's going on with y'all? It's your boy Harlem. I'm back again with another video. On today's video, you know what it is. It's a weekend. It's our weekly outlook for the coming week of the 3rd of October all the way to the fucking 7th of October. This video, this video sponsored by what? XM. Okay, it's not sponsored by XM or any type of sort of shit like that, but I'm just trying to put them on, bro. Like, I'm just trying to put them on. It's your boy Harlem. I'm back again with another video. On today's video, I'm gonna be sharing a weekly outlook. The most fucking, I believe this gonna be the most weekly outlook, which gonna have more views, more comments, more subscriber numbers, likes, and mostly jams, bro. Like I'm gonna be dropping jams, bro. Like I'm fired up, man. Can't y'all feel this shit? Can't y'all feel this shit? And nigga fired up. Without better would do. If you can't hear me on my mask, bro, that's my loudest voice I can ever be on in my life. If you can't hear me on that shit, then I don't know. Then I don't know. Then I don't know. No. Then I don't know. So, yes, sir. Looking at the overall or looking at the chart that we're going to first work on, because y'all know what I always work on, the first and the foremost, it's wifey, bro, NAS. So looking at the overall structure of the NAS, we're still in a clean downtrend. We was looking for price to pull back before we can have a continuation move to the downside. Fortunately, price did play out the way we analyzed or anticipated. Not to say price did reach this resistance, which I was looking for price to pull back on, because that was the only zone I was looking for price to tap on before we can react, moving to the downside. So looking at the overall structure, let's look at the history before we can look at anything else. Price once tapped on the zone. My bad for not sorry about not having to just mark it up. Yeah, but you can tell where this overall structure is coming from. And then we came back on the zone. So price once tapped on, okay, price once created this sort of support level, support zone, support level, supply, demand, whatever that it is to your side, let it be it, homie. I'm gonna say what I know and explain what I fucking know. So yeah, price had this some sort of support until we moved in higher highs and higher lows until price came back again. So now when price now tapped on this very same zone reacted, now breaking it on current market price. Like y'all can fucking hear me what the fuck I'm saying. We broke the June fucking lows. 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 Okay, so looking at current price, I don't need to tap or I don't need to do anything on this. So price on the 26th, we was looking for price to pull back. Price was just playing around on this very same zone until we broke out to close the week and the month. So NAS had a big month. I think like a 6%, 6%. Was it a 6% drop? I think it's a 6% drop on the NAS for the month. And we had the worst third fucking quarter in history. I can say it. And fundamentally, we're not in a good state. So I don't see price. or I don't see the NAS being bullish in any way or in any moment. We can close the year in a bear move. This will be the first fucking history of the NAS moving in the downtrend for the whole fucking year. Those will be history on the NAS. Like I repeat, there's going to be history on the NAS, but we're still at it. So obviously, I'm a breakout trader, I'm a retest trader, and I'm a continuation trader. So price broker, obviously, we closed below the previous lows. So with that said, obviously, with this candle closing below the zone, we're going to simply wait for price to pull back or to exhaust before we can start looking for the continuation to the downside. My next target will be the 10,000 mark. 10,000 market cap, the market cap, price cap, whatever market cap, price cap, whatever that you say it is, it's going to be the 10,000 mark. That's where I'm expecting price to be bear, to be bullish from, or for some sort of exhaustion or that bear depletion to start looking for that bullish depletion. So the NAS, we're still in a bear move. I'm not gonna hop into the 4H. So on the 4 hour, let me try and remove this. So I had this level, I had this level as my resistance. I had this level as my resistance, you feel me? So now because price is far from that zone, I'm not gonna remove it. So obviously now looking at overall structure, we can tell that like we're still moving in higher highs, we're still moving in lower lows and lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, potential lower high, continuation to the downside. So all I can say on the NAS is I'm looking for price to exhaust, or I'm looking for a potential retest for a continuation to the downside. That's gonna be where my entry gonna be at. That's gonna be my TP1, TP3, all the way to the downside. So uh I'm not I don't need to explain why I did place a horizontal ray on this. That's our previous lows where price broke out and broke back in, giving us a double bottom. So we once had a double bottom of the zone and price pushed to the down to the upside. That's why I marked out this level and that's why I marked out this low. So th- those are the only levels I'm looking for price to take profit on. And on current price, I'm simply waiting for price to get to do what? To retest. So obviously with the push phase, exhaustion for continuation to the downside. So that's it. So that's it on the NAS. That's it on the NAS. I don't need to explain further. I don't need to explain much because we can tell that like price is still in a big momentum. Okay, not bear momentum, bear structure. We're in a bear structure, bear behavior, bear patterns, bear continuations, and bear reversals. Obviously, man. With that, man, price gonna be in a bear move to the downside. So obviously, because now price printed out this lower low, I need to mark it. So all I'm just waiting for is for price to retest the zone to continue to the downside or to break this lower retest and continue moving to the downside. So that's my take on the NAS. From the daily, I'm looking for a pullback. Okay, daily, I'm looking for a retest. 4H, I'm looking for a pullback. Hourly, I'm looking for that exhaustion phase. I hope this is the same shit. I know these three things are the same shit, but I'm just trying to make someone understand. Nasdaq, I'm still looking for a bear move or a bear continuation to the downside. Looking at gold from the 4H. So obviously gold. Okay, where are the 26? Let's look at the 26. 26, 26, 26, 26, 26. Okay, right there. So obviously gold, I was looking for price to retest this level on my previous outlook before we can look for continuation to the downside. But priced, okay. There's a video about, okay, there's a video which Doyle Exchange posted on YouTube about trend lines, having to back test using trend lines. I'm not trying to prove myself and I'm not trying to backlash from the nigga. He can trade, he good at trading, no lie. But there's some things, in trading, which they like, if I can trade breakouts better and you can trade breakouts better. that don't mean that like I need to backlash on you. Not to say I'm finna like he backlashed on us for having to trade trend lines on anything. He didn't do it. He did say that he ain't backlashing on anyone, but he's just trying to make a statement or he's just trying to prove something. You understand? And I did watch the video, the whole of it. The things how he found the zones or the levels which the trend can of which they make a trend line be a trend line. They were fine, no lie, but if you can't find a trend on a higher time frame, don't look for it on a smaller time frame. If you can check, if you can look at gold, gold created this, created that, created that, created this, and this. You understand? So every time gold touched the support diagonal trend line or the brick wall, the downward brick wall, and reacted. Look at the touch. Okay, we had the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Look at the fifth touch. So how the fifth touch reacted on this, it was simply because now price has clearly oversold. We looked at this, price has clearly oversold. You understand? We was looking for price to exhaust, to pull back, or to do something in any way. So this candle, this bullish engulfing candle, which broke this highs, which broke this lower highs, this two lower highs, it was a momentum candle to actually anticipate or to tell traders that we are gonna move to the upside. I'm not trying to backlash on Doyle. Trend lines do work. It just depends on where you find or what type of levels or zone that you find the trend line on or from. And that gonna be it. I'm not backlashing on him. He trades the way he trades. I trade the way I trade. Some traders trade the way they trade. If something works on you, that don't mean it ain't gonna work on anyone, or that don't mean it don't work at all. I also say that supply and demand is bullshit. On my own view, I say it's bullshit. You understand? Because if if now price is on this is funny. If this is your demand or this is your supply, obviously, man, looking at the history, price was moving in lower lows and lower highs. You understand? Price broke the previous lower low, the previous lower high. We had obviously for price, we obviously was waiting for price to retest before we can start looking for the bullish continuation. You understand? If you said this was the supply or the demand zone, I'm saying price broke a previous low, a previous high. We were simply waiting for a retest or pullback of that zone before we can look for continuation. You understand? That's how I view it. That's how they view it. It's not the same, it's different. Okay, it's different. But at the end of the day, if he was looking for a bullish move and I was looking for a bullish move, how we find it has to be different. That's a fact. This is trading. But how you take the trade or how the market moves at the end of the day, it has to be the same. You can't say shit about it. I don't care. I don't care, but we move. So now looking at this, gold printed this potential double bottom, price pushed to the upside, pull. Okay, price was moving in the zone, hit this double bottom, a momentum candle breaking all the lows or the highs, having a retest continuing to the upside. But now because we having this support zone, this major support. This is a major support. If you can see how price tapped here, 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 here until we broke out there. So if you can look at this, price was holding this zone in a very clean move until we held it as resistance. Price pushed to the downside, tapped again, and price reacted. So looking at current price now, because now this was my current price, I was not looking at history. Let me try and do this. Use this trend line, this line I marked out. Please use it as what I'm trying to explain. I had this current market price higher high, higher low, higher high, and price broke back in the previous higher high. So now with that said, all I'm just simply waiting for is for price. All I'm okay in overall move I'm waiting for is for price to fail to break this support slash resistance and start continuing to the downside, or for price to break back in to retest above and start looking for that bullish continuation move to the upside. That's my take on gold. I'm looking for, okay, what I'm trying to explain is I'm looking for much bigger moves than we anticipate, looking for smaller moves. I scalp, okay, I'm an intraday, I'm a day trader, but I also swing, I also invest, I also do all them type of shit. So now, looking at current price, on resistance, we had this double top. On resistance, we had, okay, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, double top. Price broke the previous higher low. Simply wait for a retest above to continue below and continue moving to the downside, or for price to break like I anticipate like this, or for price to react again on the zone and start moving to the downside, making the resistance zone much stronger. So on gold, I'm just looking for price to break the support, okay, to break the resistance or the support and retest above to continue moving to the upside, start moving to the upside, continue moving to the upside, or to retest the resistance like we anticipate and continue moving to the downside. German 30. Okay, German 30 from the 26th. Okay, so we was looking for price to retest the zone and continue moving to the downside. So my entry was on this rejection candle, no cap. I could have took it if I did, if I was serious about it, but I did analyze, but never took a trade. So German 30 broke German 30 broke support, no need to explain. Price printed this low, you understand? But I don't need to print it out. I'm just working on current price. So now looking at current price, I don't love how German 30 is moving on the 4H. To be honest, I don't understand what's happening. I'm off in a hop to the 1H. I thought I'd see something. Okay, we're kind of like in a sideways movement. So we all know German 30, it's a no-go this week. Looking at US 30. US 30 also did the same shit. I was looking for price to retest on the zone to continue moving to the downside. What we anticipated, we did actually analyze. Okay, we did actually find. So now looking at current price, German 30, obviously, okay, German 30, US 30 has a new low for 2022. Okay, we have a new low in 2022. We had, I think, a 5% or 8% or 12% drop for the month of September, and we have the worst quarter on German on US 30. So what tells you is that we're still in a bear move, we're still in a bear structure, we will continue moving to the downside. So looking at current price, because that's what we're working on, price hit this bear candle to close the week, breaking the previous lower low, printing out a new lower high. So obviously, if you can look now, if you can look at what I just said, okay, can I please repeat what I did? Try and share. Price hit this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Looking at current price, I'm just working on what I'm trying to explain until we closed on a new lower low to end the week. So obviously now all I'm just simply waiting for, I'm just simply waiting for price to exhaust before it can continue moving to the downside, or for price to just continue moving to the downside, give us some sort of a correction or some sort of pattern and continue moving to the downside. So German US 30, I can't explain much. I won't explain much because like there's 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 nothing more for me to explain, but to just say I'm just waiting for price to retest the zones and continue moving to the downside, because we broke this current price and we broke this lower low. So with that said, if you can try and do this, you will find something. You will find something. You will find something. Bounce, bounce, break, retest, continue to the downside. That's how I'm trying to explain it. You feel me? We broke previous lows, which were okay. We broke those lows. lows, which I printed out on my trend line. We broke them. Now I'm just simply waiting for price to pull back or to exhaust in any way before it can continue moving to the downside. So US 30, I'm just simply waiting for a pullback, exhaustion phase, a retest before it can continue moving to the downside. That's my take on US 30. Whoa! God damn, bro. Hello, you great. Okay, USD CAD from the 26. Okay, USD CAD from the 26. I was looking forward for price to just continue moving to the upside. But now price did push to the upside, printing out this high, pull back, high again, double top, price moved to the downside, double bottom, price pushed to the upside, breaking this lows, those two lows. We closed above those two lows. I don't care if you still see a wick. Sorry. I don't care if you still see a wick. Price closed above those two lows, those two highs. Before me, price closed above these two highs. I'm just simply looking for a continuation move to the upside. USD CAD, I can't say much. We're still having dollar strength. We're still having dollar strength, USD CAD weakness, and the CAD weakness. That's it. I'm still looking for continuation moves to the upside. So on the hourly time frame, I want to share how I analyzed this trade. I want to share how I analyzed this trade. I want to share how I analyzed this trade before I can continue with the breakdown. So we can tell that like once price pushed on this support, you can say it's a support or you can call it some sort of a zone. Price pushed, printing out this low, pushing to the upside, giving us some sort of a push, correction, break up. Fuck, I want to make it perfect. Push, correction, break out, retest, close above the highs. But okay, once price closed strongly bullish on this rejections, I was simply looking for a continuation to the upside. Before that was it. That was just my take. Simple trading, basics of trading. Basics of trading. This is a bull flag. You can call this a bullish flag. Break, retest, continue to the upside. You can call this a bullish flag, but I can also explain it like this. Once price obviously rejected this zone, this overall zone, you feel me? Price pushed to the downside, pushing again to the upside. You feel me? Retracing the whole move. Those two candles was retraced by one candlestick. Obviously, with that said, you can simply wait for a rejection or for a big open and a bullish reversal. Like I did explain this on a previous video, you just simply wait for candle to open bearish and reverse and turn and be bullish and take your entry for an anticipation for price to move to the upside. So now for my outlook, I'm just simply waiting or looking for a continuation move to the upside on USD CAD because we can tell price closed above. We can simply wait for a retest for price to continue moving to the upside. So that's my take on USD CAD. I'm just simply looking for a continuation move to the upside. Tesla, I can't say much on Tesla. I can't say much, but I'm just simply looking for price. But I'm just simply looking for price to continue moving to the downside because I once I once held I once had this zone as my resistance until price broke out and retest. I saw it as support, price pushed to the upside, printing out this double bottom, price pushing to the upside, reacting on this very same zone, on this very same double bottom, pushing to the upside, closing above, closing below that very same zone to end the week. So on Tesla, all I'm just simply looking for price to break back in if it would to break back in on this very same support or resistance and for continuation to the downside or for price to tap on the zone to continue moving to the upside. But Tesla, I'm still looking for a bear continuation move to the downside. And we're having earnings. I don't know when, but I can tell that like we're having earnings report. We're having some earnings soon. I forgot when, but I'm gonna try and look on it and I will share on my coming video the coming week. So Tesla, I'm still looking for continuation move to the downside. Let's go in Bitcoin. Let's go in Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I also can't say much. I also won't say much about an outlook because price is obviously moving in a sideways movement, but I want to explain or I want to break down why price moved impulsively to the downside from this very same zone. So you can tell I did print out the zone. I printed out the zone because price once reacted as some resistance and broke to the downside, came back again on this very same zone and reacted to it. So I saw something like this. I was having something like this. So from the 15-minute time frame, I was having some sort of a wedge, a rising wedge. Obviously, this is what we call a rising wedge, some sort of an intraday reversal pattern, which you can use in any way. You follow me? This obviously okay, let me try and say this. A rising wedge, I believe that a falling wedge is strong when price is on support. A rising wedge is strong when price is on resistance. So price was on resistance, price was holding resistance and moved to the downside. So where you could have took your entry, it entirely depends on you. But for my analysis on this rejections, I was looking for simply price to trade below those rejections. That was my take. And then TP was obviously on this key level, this major support, because this is the major support. So price was having a rising wedge and was on resistance, couldn't sustain, pushed to the downside. Price is moving in a sideways movement. I can't say much. Even Ethereum, price is moving in a sideways movement. I can't say much, but same shit. What I explained on Bitcoin, it's what happened on Ethereum. Price was having some sort of a wedge until it couldn't sustain and pushed to the downside. So you don't have, okay, what I believe in backtesting, backtesting and forward testing are two different things. Backtesting, the market isn't moving. Forward testing, the market is moving. So what you learned while backtesting and what you learn while forward testing, it will show. So I believe that like, oh, I can advise traders to backtest, to forward test, unlike backtesting. Okay, forward test when the market is moving during the week. Back test when the market is not moving on weekends, and forward test again when the market is moving on the coming week. So Ethereum price was holding resistance. Price was holding some sort of resistance right there. Falling wedge continued to the downside. Current price we're in a sideways move. Can't say much. Okay, even Litecoin, I can't say much. Price is in a sideways movement. I can't do much. Last but not least, that's oil. Oil, I'm gonna start off on the daily time frame. Okay, oil gave this lower low. Oil gave this new lower low for 2022, and then price pushed to the upside. So what I'm looking for in oil, what I'm looking for in oil is for continuation to the upside. Once okay, something like this. This is what I'm looking for on oil. You understand? This is what I'm looking for on oil. Something like this, hopping into the 4H. So the 4H, now we're kind of like in a push exhaustion. I'm just simply looking for a push to the upside. But why am I looking for something like this? Why am I looking for something like this? Why am I anticipating something like this? Obviously, this low, I can do something like this. Okay, price moved in some sort of a sideways move until we broke to the upside. We're looking for regions of that zone to continue moving to the upside. So that's my take on oil for the week, for the coming week. Now, I'm just simply looking for price to trade above this highs. You understand? For continuation move to the upside. You understand? Because you can tell that like price was holding the zone until we broke out. Now we finally like came back on the zone. We spiked once, we're rejecting again, and we're gonna like having a pin bar that closed the week. So we're simply looking for a continuation to the upside from the 4 hour. Looking at the hourly time frame, you can tell that like this is some sort of a big depletion. This is a big depletion. This is a big depletion. So now, fuck. So okay, now price was holding the zone like I did anticipate until we hit this break, retest, continuation to the upside. Now price came back to this very same zone. You understand? Now, when price is now on the zone and having some sort of big depletion, all I'm just simply waiting for is for the bullish candle to anticipate that continuation move to the upside. But my overall move is I'm looking for price to break this highs and continue moving to the upside or react from this highs and trade intraday zones looking to go to the downside with oil. So oil, I'm just simply looking for continuation move to the upside once price break the highs and retest the highs and continue moving to the upside. So before we end the session, NASDAQ, I'm looking for a pullback or an exhaustion phase before we can look for that continuation move to the upside, to the downside. Gold, I'm just simply looking for price to break back in of support or slash resistance to continue moving to the upside, or for price to give me that depletion from that very same resistance and continue moving to the downside. German 30, it's a no-go. US 30, I'm also looking for price to pull back before it can continue moving to the downside. USD CAD, I'm just simply looking for price to continue moving to the upside. Tesla, we're looking for price to continue moving to the downside. No-go zone, no-go zone, no-go zone. In oil, I'm just simply looking for price to continue moving to the upside once price breaks the highs and reaches the highs and have that bullish continuation or continuation to the upside. So it's your boy once again, Hello. If 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 you ain't live trading with Hello, who the fuck is you doing it with? If you ain't live trading with Harlem, who the fuck is you doing it with? That's all I got on this video, people. That's all I got on this video. I know this might be a long ass video. Forgive me for it, but I beg your support and I'm grateful to those who view this okay. I'm grateful to those who view my videos, to those who subscribe, to those who like, to those who comment, and appreciate those who still are looking to support my upcoming show. What I have coming on, the 350 and the 500 weekly and monthly program is still up and running. I'm still preparing my shit, finalizing my shit, legalizing my company and doing all them type of shit for secular traders. But without further ado, it's your boy once again, Hello. If you went out trading with all who the fuck is you doing it with? That's all I got on this video. Peace and love.